in property investing where you're like, all right, you need to know the market and then you need to know the risk of the property to be able to submit a lower price than what they're asking for. What else? What else? Where do you go?
Yeah, well, you start off, obviously, you do your research when you touch on like valuing properties and how to do your comparable evidence to justify that. So your business, I guess, negotiation is very similar to a commercial property because you're really relying on that income to justify that end value, so that capitalisation out.
Yeah.
So businesses run on multiples and commercial property runs on capitalisation rates. Residential.
What are capitalisation rates?
So it's like a percentage of where you divide the net income by the value of the property, and that gives you a rate. And what the way that you value commercial properties is you get their income, and then you look at other comparable properties that have been selling because they're also different sizes. It's very difficult to go
different nuances.
Well, that's and also different businesses inside them. So you understand, well, with your comparable evidence, what did those properties sell on? What capitalisation rate did they sell on? So people are buying that income.
Yeah. So you are looking at the data of the market of what's sold.
Yeah.
For those, which I'm sure is same in resi.
Residential is more because it's more emotionally driven, which it makes it a bit more difficult for people to it's simpler to get your head around because people live in property and they most of them know someone or have bought a property, so they have that that confidence around it. But there's a lot more complexities in understanding, I guess, market conditions, which those who aren't in the market every day is difficult for. So often, like at the moment, is a bit of an education process for people. So they might miss out on one or two properties at the start, but then they're starting to realise what market we're dealing with. But we want to bring it back to, say, negotiations.
Yeah, bring it back to the start.
I'd say the key thing, first thing to do, what I do, is understand where your comparables are and how to justify roughly where that property would sit based on your research. Because what you're going to be doing with that is you'll have that evidence. You'll also be, another key point is to call the competing agents, not the agent that you want to buy that property off, but call the other ones that are around it that have sold similar properties or have similar ones under offer. Ask them, what it sold for, and then you ask them, "Oh, I'm actually looking at this 123 Fake Street. What's your opinion on it?" Because they're the local expert, and if they are good at what they do, they have a rough indication. You just got to be careful, and this is where it's that natural flow where they have a vested interest in you not buying that property because they might have a similar property coming up, so they might shit can it, or they might overinflate it. So getting multiple people's opinion, agent's opinion, and then also comparing your actual sold evidence to justify roughly where that value sits is step one.